So in a nutshell, I had a really shitty January. I started filming things around me and now I feel a bit better. This is probably the first time you're seeing me because this is my first video, so there's people next to me. I hit a really low in January of this year, and I felt like this was it. This is what's going to break me. I am never going to feel happy again. The warmth of sun will never touch my face. I am very lucky that I had loads of supportive people next to me. I had a group of, particularly one person who was very supportive and helped me through all of it. But I must say, I share that credit between my boyfriend and a snail I saw in a window at work. So I'm at work, I'm typing emails, and we've got the blind on a window halfway down, and I'm just looking out that window and there was a little shadow of a little smidgey just like making its way around the window, and I was like, is that a slug? And it just looked so funny because it was just like, you would have to see it, okay? I can't describe this to you, but basically it was just making its way around and it looked like it was floating. And you know what? For the first time in 3 months, I've felt happy. First time in 3 months, I smiled. For the first time in 3 months, I thought, life. Since then, you know when people talk about triggers and throughout your day you see things that like upset you, that make you realise that, you know, that are like things that trigger you, things that aren't happy. Apparently there's an opposite to that called glimmers. You know, if there ever was a glimmer in my life, it was that goddamn snail on my window. So since then, I started filming every bug.
This is a big spider.
Every pretty sunset. Every thing I saw. And over time, little did I know, I was no longer alone because there were loads of bugs next to me and loads of birds, and there was always something. Even if I sat on a bench and felt sorry for myself, if I looked in between the tiny bits of wood in the bench, there'll be bugs there. And I can't explain to you why that made me feel better. It just did. It just did. Notice these little creatures, the fact that I'm sharing this planet with them, and I never bloody noticed them because I was always in here. And this video is a collection of all these little creatures. When I see these creatures, like, I used to grab the shoe if I saw a spider, but now I'm like, he has a family. I saw a little spider at my work. It was walking on my monitor. I see pigeons out the window and I'm like, this is my version of experimenting with fuck around and find out, because I was like, oh, I've got this lovely selection of videos, and you know, if that's what they're meant to do, just make me happy, then they say they serve their purpose. But I just thought, if this worked for me, it might work for someone else. I might share it. And you know, keep in mind, my bug might be your sunset. My sunset may be your... I hope you can hear me, by the way. It's absolutely chucking it down, but I just thought I thought doing this now would give a nice sense of nature and ASMR and everything. So yeah, these little bugs and things I was scared of started becoming like little pals. Like, I literally just see a ladybug and I'm like, hello. So I'm still doing this, you know, I'm still carrying this on, but this is just a little timestamp. Also, I know the footage is flipped because I need to see what I'm doing and I'm filming on my phone. But these crisps eat real hummus chips, sticky caramelized onion and balsamic flavor are bloody delicious. So yeah, fuck around and find out and see if filming little things can make you feel happy. Now enjoy the live stream. Also, I just had a thought. It's kind of like playing Animal Crossing in real life. So honestly, have a go. It could be surprisingly fun. really didn't want all of this to be in my car, but I just tried to film outside, and it's so windy out there that I just like, I can't hear myself speak, so I'm sure you can't either. So I just wanted to touch base in regards to this video because I filmed the beginning of it and it's been a couple of weeks, and today is a weird day because it's actually my birthday, and I'm spending it alone by choice because everyone else, it's a random Tuesday and everyone's working, and I wasn't going to ask people to take annual leave for me. I started off feeling really optimistic about it. Right, I don't know what that says about me, but a fly just flew out of my coat. I literally just went like that, and a little bug. Let me show you. So yeah, I've been doing my little bug recordings for a while now, and in the previous bit I've mentioned how helpful it was for me in regards to like my mood and stuff, and today I felt pretty low. And it's no one's fault because I don't mind being alone. Like, I literally requested from people, like, everyone who loves me is spending time with me, has already either spent time with me this past weekend, or we've got a meal coming up on Thursday, so like I'm seeing people. But I don't know, there was just something about, I had this whole plan of like, oh, I'm gonna take myself shopping, I'm gonna go get a new book because I received a book token in a card, and I just felt really and like all day I just felt really, and all day I've just been feeling kind of down. Also, I'm surrounded by bugs now. There's loads of little bugs. Maybe that little bug didn't like appear in my coat, maybe he just got caught as I was getting in, because there's loads of bugs around me now, which is funny because I'm seagull. But yeah, I don't know what conclusion to give this video because it was a really random idea to make it, and I've had an idea in my head, like a vision of what I want it to look like, but I think if I was trying to be perfectionistic and get everything done and get it aligned with that vision, I just would never make this. So I've heard somewhere on the podcast recently that like sometimes you could just ponder yourself into stagnation, and like you sometimes just have to allow yourself to be cringy and be shit at things before you're good at them. So this is my attempt. So this is like my version of that. This is like I've tried, you know? So yeah, I'm still filming my bugs. I would say, as of today, I would say it's all well and good when I felt really like sunny about it all, like, oh my god, bugs, like go film at a sunset. But today I feel low, and I'm like, but I do think it's quite interesting how I didn't really see any bugs or anything that interested me, and as soon as I sit down to film this update, there was one in my coat and a seagull's flying about, and now there's loads of bugs around the car, so that's very interesting. And yeah, so yeah, in a nutshell, I think I might not, did you see it again? I might not film my bugs all the time, mainly because I'm running out of storage, and I was trying to reply to my boss the other day on WhatsApp and I couldn't because my camera is filled with bugs and animals and pretty things. So this may be my first and last video, I don't know, we shall see, but I enjoyed it, so that's fun. Also, on the way here I stopped in Asda and I bought myself a book and some picky bits and some delicious stuff, and I've heard a lot of stuff about this La Roche-Posay, this balm thing, because I've been having loads of skin issues, so I'm gonna be using this balm. Yeah, so moral of the story, I don't know if it's really a moral, but just if you have an idea for something, an inkling, just do it, you know? Because I think if I didn't film this video, it would always be like a what if, and it's not that like now I've done it and it's like, ooh, it was always my dream to make a bug video. It's like, no, it's just that little pondering that was in my head, because as of today's my birthday, I'm 27 years old, and I don't really know what I want to do with my life. So if I have a little idea, even if it's this small, I'm going to pursue it just because I've got nothing else to do, really. So that's that. I'm going to give you 3 benefits of how my life, 3 improvements to my life since noticing things and recording things. If I can think of 5, I'll do 5, but so far 3. I genuinely feel less alone because there's creatures everywhere. I may have noticed this in my previous bit in the video. 2, it slows me down, gets me out of my head. Again, I probably said that in the previous bit of the video. 3, it just makes me realize that, like, how many organisms and lives we're sharing the earth with. I think we're so in our heads about, like, just us as humans, and thinking we're like the absolute gods of the earth. Like, we make all these things happen, we, you know, our brains are so smart and all of this stuff, and it's like, in the history of the planet, we're not even like a second, you know. Like, the dinosaurs were pretty scary and pretty big, and I'm sure they thought they were amazing, and like they're dead. So what was the lesson in that? Yeah, just like kind of like bringing me down to earth and being like, you are just a little organism on earth, just like they are, you know. 4, it's just fun to make something. You know, when you were a kid and you used to just like draw something for the sake of drawing it. Like, you wouldn't draw or make a fort with a blanket just to be like, oh, I'm going to be an architect. Like, you just did it because it's fun and nothing has to come out of it. So that's pretty much like my attitude with this. So thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little brief random video. If you're watching, yeah. And yeah, if there's one thing to take out of this video, if you have a random idea, just do it, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna drive home now and spend the rest of my birthday in bed with a book. So thank you so much for watching.